Oh no, what happened? There's an even smaller car! Wow. Wow, I can't believe you're bullying that smaller car. Oh, Kirby! Kirby, why?
Call an ambulance?
Oh my god, this is the future when, like, all cities have, like, autonomous, like, public transit cars like this. It'll just be these little babies. Oh my god. And then you got hit by a fucking ram.
I didn't mean to actually bully it, but I was just so baffled.
He's wiggling. He's trying to escape, but he can't. Oh my god.
I just needed to see this little car. It's like just one place.
This car is so small.
It's like a bike with a shell.
I cannot imagine being in such a car.
Like, what do you even do? Why not just have a bike?
I mean,
you say that, but
that's a good reason, actually. Well, if you're on a bike, you just get the wind, I guess. I don't know.
Well, especially in San Francisco, like, it's pretty mild and temperate most of the time. It's not like it snows there.
Just gonna hang around. I want to do like at least one graffiti per video because there's a lot of them, and I don't want to do like a whole video just for those.
Back at it again in the climbacks.
Yeah, climbacks.
Tasering a man on a roof. No one notices.
Well, except that guy, but
he yelled so loud, but none of the people on the ground are like, "Oh, it's just Jeff again."
I was gonna say, you know, people on roofs, really, who knows what they're up to?
Not my problem, I'm here on the ground.
You may have noticed there's a funny little cat.
Who's our friend?
Showing up on our screen.
Yeah, it's because we got hacked, right?
We got hacked. We learned at the end of the last video, we got hacked by someone.
Cool tricks!
Flip. Just, when you do parkour, like, it randomizes the movements that Marcus does a little bit, so every once in a while he just does that flip.
Yeah. I'm sure speedrunners love that.
I don't know. Do speedrunners play this game? I don't know.
Speedrunners play every game.
Yeah.
That's true, I suppose.
Also, this art seems like pretty good, but why? It's such a weird position.
I know.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm just gonna jump down 20 feet at a time onto concrete.
It's parkour.
It's fine. Marcus is very athletic and flexible.
So, last time y'all went to Coachella and now you got a cat virus?
Of course, fucking Lenny.
We actually went to Noodle last time.
Oh, right, yes. I'm sorry.
So,
this
is the person we met at Coachella, although the conversation at Coachella was optional. So, if you get at this point and you've never seen that person, you're like, who is this?
Desperately to be popular.
Yeah, this is a really weird video to release to, like, what, the general public, I guess? Maybe it's just to other hackers, but I feel like the general public would see this and be like, wow, so two groups of losers are fighting each other.
Yeah, exactly!
Right?
Destroy your system?
But she's putting her face on it, which is a lot weirder.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Oh, good. Because the game didn't introduce you at all.
I mean, like, this is the part that really makes me feel like, you know, they're, like, playing up Lenny as being grotesque because of her body.
Crypto key.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Alright, so, are we gonna war for this?
Absolutely. We're not letting these trolls drag us into their sewer. Dvac doesn't back down.
So what? Well, what good is going to war with them?
I love the idea that, like,
Doesn't change
everybody calls their enemies trolls. Like, that's a real thing people say or said back when this game was made. And,
This
like,
game was made in 20...
We're not gonna let Primate derail us.
Well, like, I want to say between 2014 and 17 or 16. It was released in 2016 at the end.
because, like, since then, also, there's definitely been an uptick in terms of, like, like journalists using the word trolls to describe like antagonistic groups online, but like in terms of like actual hackers and like programmers using that word internally to describe other groups of hackers and programmers, like that's just so ridiculous.
We're not gonna roll over, not for anybody. Yo, Josh, man, where you at?
Like that's like us referring, like that's like us Let's Players like referring to Gamergaters as like trolls. Like that's not the word that we use.
I'll put a message out on the
We
back
use
channel.
fascists.
Nazis. Yeah.
Nazis.
And speaking of, we're gonna go after a racist biker gang.
Fuckers.
Oh, yeah. I don't really understand Josh's attitude in this cutscene.
He's just really upset they got hacked at all.
Keep working on
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna go
I
have
think
some
he's,
words with
I
you.
mean, clearly a perfectionist, so he's just
Yeah,
very
I
upset
know the
that
place.
he let this through, right? He didn't think of it.
You know, Noodle is where my parents wanted me to apply.
No shit.
I even took their crazy mind-bending analytics test to get in.
Oh, I hear that's one seriously hard test. Don't beat yourself up if you didn't pass.
Fuck you. I got 96%.
Damn. You a
I
beast,
proved to
girl.
Google that I
What was the
could
ratio score?
conform
I
to
showed
their
him.
internal practices. 96%.
But then I refused.
They gave me that
to
extra
go.
10% because I'm white, unlike
friend
Ratio.
She's been selling zero
Oh.
exploits for years, and now,
no.
with her Prime 8 posse working with the gangs, we're starting to
Yeah,
take
but
a
she
lot
got,
of
she
big
probably
risks.
got a minus
This isn't what
5%
most
for
of us
being a
signed up
woman.
for.
Yeah, well, 4%.
But
Yeah.
just look at what we've done so far.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah,
it
she
worth
got
it?
96.
Yeah,
The extra 1% was
Yeah.
for having rich parents.
Yeah, the 1% was for having rich parents.
Of course, it would be 1%.
Oh god, sorry. I forgot. I've already forgotten about the noodle episode and how it was the best mission in this whole game so far.
You want to take a
Well,
look?
yeah, it's all
we're
downhill from
done.
here, I'm afraid.
New operation available, $911.
We are not gonna do that one for quite a while. I mean, we could do it right now. I just want the game to have like a logical
No doubt.
narrative order.
He's up against a shitload of smarts.
So I'm gonna do that
Does
one
he
later.
honestly think he's the smartest guy in the room?
Hell yeah, he does.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy taking that smug fuck down.
Yeah, me too.
Sons of Ragnarok and Prime 8? Ugh, that's an ugly mix.
Layers of ugly. Ugly with ugly
You know,
frost.
it's kind of weird how
Why she
they
hanging
have
with
to
those racist thugs?
Money.
reset their
Plain and
animation
simple.
in between
I don't think she
dialogue.
cares enough to be racist,
Like, you can't just
but she is
keep
an
talking to
expert at
them
honing in
before
on
they go
short
back to
spot.
their spot.
Makes me wonder what
I
hers
would
is.
not pretend to understand how this shit is working under the hood, so,
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't doubt there's reasons for it, but
you know.
it's kind of unusual. I guess I'm used to seeing newer games like Witcher
Marisha's
3 and
not
stuff.
here. That's weird.
Well, he's at work, right?
So what happens when we finish here?
Yeah, he
What's next for the
he
great,
has to
great
work
kid?
after all that
Well, I
because
suppose
HR's
Fluor and I
watching
will
him
move
now.
on to it. Oh, fuck.
He's stuck at Noodle.
I left Fluor in the desert.
What's a fruer?
Many scientists have worked hard to figure that out with no conclusive results. Anyway, don't worry
Is this
about
a
me.
reference to the last game?
You ever need a hand with anything?
I have no
You have a
idea.
bat signal or something?
No,
I've
but
watched
I'm adding
Chip
that to my
Cheesum's
to-do
LP
list.
like 2 or 3 times, I think. I don't remember through or...
Yeah. Something that maybe only a few may have noticed. But when the financial crisis hit in
Game
2008,
Has
Bloom
interesting
made
things,
cash
but does
when
not
everyone
explain
else
them.
lost. Lots of it.
Now, ain't that interesting?
It was all above board. They created an algo that gave
Nobody
them
uses
the
that
edge
word.
during the turmoil. Took all that cash.
What, the word
and now
algo?
we've got
Yes.
CQS popping up across the country.
Certainly nobody who would be
now
like
they're
this
setting
guy
up
would
X-Labs.
use the word
Close
algo.
to Bloom
Algo is
Financial
like
in
the
New
word
York
that the
and
sales
London.
team
Our
uses
Bloom
to
had
describe the product that you made.
I love to
Promise.
pro-brag.
Ransomware game. They used to make their cash
So
selling
you
zero
you
days.
you
They
don't
remind
make
me of
algos for robots?
The word is
His
model,
MO, hacker for
which
hire.
is
No
coincidentally
code,
also
no
2
more.
syllables and does
Just
not
crazy
need in
too.
this
Any
fancy
ideas on
shortened
what kind of encryption
version.
they're using?
I gotta take a closer look and see what low-grade
So yeah, they
shit.
brought up default. Love no, I don't love default. I remember default.
might be into this game. Or might not be, I don't know.
Did he also come up to the Bay Area to do drugs, or?
Maybe?
Also,
Advocate for legal prostitution.
I forgot that the names are, last name, first second, and read that as like Kid Rock.
Hell yeah.
I don't think that's what he looks
What's
like.
a shuffler? What is he hunting for?
So I don't know. The shuffler is, I think it's like a serial
cryptid?
killer. No, I think it's like a serial killer.
What?
But references to the shuffler only appear in like these random conversations you can see. There's nothing about that in the game, so I have to assume this is some sort of like side mission that they cut, but they didn't remove all references
Wow.
to the
Oh
shuffler.
no! Oh god!
Hey,
Oh,
Jake.
Jake's coming to get you.
Jake Phoenix. This is another player. They really wanted me to join them, so I guess oh, wait. Okay.
Something bad is happening to you.
I'm waiting, PlayStation. Oh.
Oh no,
So,
Bloom
I
strikes
don't-
again.
I don't have PlayStation Plus right now because it costs money, so I can't join Jake Phoenix.
So people can invade your game, but you can't do things with them.
It's weird. Like, you can... As far as I've tried several of the multiplayer features, and I've reactivated them since we've been hacked by Primate, by the way.
For accuracy.
Yeah, basically. So I've tried several of them. It looks like any multiplayer feature that like invades you or happen automatically will work, but any multiplayer feature that you have to start yourself will be gated behind PlayStation Plus, which is a very odd choice. I'm guessing Ubisoft had to negotiate that because you're not supposed to be able to have any multiplayer without PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, that's very strange.
For today, we're representing DedSec against Primate, so we're gonna put on DedSec outfit. This is actually Claire's outfit from the previous game.
Oh, hopefully it's more resistant to bullets.
You made that joke last time.
We've never seen this before.
We've all checked our waveforms during each recording.
I don't know if I can keep that secret much longer.
I'm gonna take a nice nap in this extremely comfortable IKEA couch. This is how I like to take a nap, for my blood pressure.
Is this proof that he's bisexual or gay? He can't sit in
Oh, because he can't sit on a chair?
Okay, I'm not familiar with the stereotype.
The gays that can't sit in chairs stereotype?
No? Is that
Where is that from? Tumblr? I don't know. It's a meme.
Twitter, maybe? I don't
Okay.
know. It's from the onlines.
Anyway, the reason I rested until night is because when you go in front of the bar where Lenny hangs out, there's a drag queen hanging out here only at night. And the drag queen is a selfie spot.
You think I'm hot? Well, honey, come see Barroom Beauties. Best drag beauty pageant you've ever seen, and I should know. Come see
You've been to drag shows, Dvac, right?
I have. I've been to a lot of them. I used to live in Los Angeles. I go to West Hollywood all the time for drag shows. It was very fun.
I've never actually been to a drag show.
Oh, and all the queens on Drag Race were there. That was really before it started to sink in about how problematic Drag Race was, so it was still cool for me to watch it. It was good times.
I mean...
This drag queen does not have, I think, enough accessories. Like, I feel like she should have some jewelry or something on.
Maybe she lost them over the course of the night because it's daytime now.
Yeah.
It's daytime now. Like, it's something that I didn't know
and
she just any of that.
She just walked straight home. Didn't even go in and clean up. Just like, honey, I got my shift at 6 a.m.
Yeah, no, it's done.
Got some little Jonan Vasquez-esque scribbles on the bar there.
Alright, gonna drink a beer.
A beer from somewhere. Just walk up to the bar and take a beer.
It just instantly disappears.
Yeah, the service is really good.
T-Bone thinks would be a cool model.
I don't know. I'm addicted.
If only we weren't on the watch list.
Yeah.
Maybe he was talking to the drag queen.
We kind of are, but Marcus posted the selfie.
You have to wait like a day or two, but if you pay money...
Oh, we're talking about more pay-to-win mechanics or pay-to-play. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, badass. Looks good.
You know, she's not wrong, is the thing.
Oh, look at this dick bag. So, how many lapdogs you got scrambling behind the scenes to crack my uncrackable lock?
Credit where credit's due. Now, you want me to ask nicely? Because you could just give me the key and I'd be on my way.
What? It's ransomware, motherfucker.
Which means you want what?
Oh, I want you to...
See, her, like, embedded things are, like, they're not, like, and the tattoo she just got, like, it's very, like, played to be a little bit gross.
Not on my fucking watch.
That, and her being fat, it's just, like, so much of it is just feels like, especially the fatness issue is, like, that it's played to be gross. Like, where are all the other fat characters in this game? Where are the fat characters in the world? There are none. It's just her, and she's a villain, and she's disgusting. Like, you know, that's the whole thing with this, and it really bugs me. Not to mention the fact that she's sort of been done up as, like, sort of a stereotypical social justice warrior, lesbian type of looking stereotype.
Yeah, she has, like, a lot of marginalization indicators, multiple, whereas everyone in DedSec has 1 or 0.
Yeah. Yeah.
She has...
everybody in DedSec has one marginalized identity, and she clearly has multiple.
She has multiple, but also she's like her personality is like the anti-SJW stereotype. Right?
I mean, yeah, personality-wise, but then it's just weird that she looks this way.
She's the only fat character. There are no other fat characters in the game. It's kind of gross.
What does she want?
She wants us to release a vid where we...
Like, it has a very, like, you know, placeholder anti-feminist stereotype .jpeg, like-ness to her whole character design.
Bank machines it is, folks.
But I do think it's like if the rest of the cast and the rest of the world was more diverse, then like the fact that she is this like ostensibly progressive hacker who has chosen to align herself with a bunch of racists in order to make money is like some real turfy shit. And so then it's like, oh, like that is sort of like a very like real life, almost like subtle knife twist, but there's no way that that's on purpose. Like maybe one person knew about this in real life, but I don't even know if that was even as much on the radar when, you know, 3 years ago.
I think you're thinking about this a lot more than Ubisoft did.
But it dovetails in an interesting way where it's like, if it wasn't meant to be hurtful, then you could have a really like another sort of more incisive thing of like specifically pointing out like TERFs aligning with right-wing folks for their particular goals because they care more about like exclusivity or their own privilege.
Yeah.
I hope you appreciate me going to the biker bar in the Kirby car.
Beep beep.
Yeah, that's good.
What's up, Ghoulie?
Also, I noticed one of the racist biker gang members was rejected from the police academy.
Wow, that's really low.
Gang now.
Which is basically the same thing.
I guess he couldn't join ICE yet. Oh, they've been around. No, they were around for a while, so
yeah.
They've been around.
But we know.
Yes, we do.
So who's this guy we're talking to?
Imagine how pissed sons
a character that will never come back. It's just like a generic DedSec member.
That's the idea.
They have.
It's like, so it's implied that DedSec has a lot of members around, and so every once in a while we've seen them before. Like when we were going against the Church of Scientology, one of them gave us a costume. It's like you'll meet random DedSec members who presumably do stuff for the group outside of the core group.
But they're not management.
They're not management. The game doesn't really introduce them. They're just like...
ATMs are here.
They just appear.
Your quad rotor is so bright. It's nerf or nothing.
Alright, so we have to mess up ATM machines that have been tampered with.
It's our buddy Climbacks, here to save the day again.
Yeah, at the racist
Wow.
biker gang hideout.
I'm sure this will go just fine, and you won't have any problems.
So, Ragni, how are you going to hack the ATMs using this device?
Well, you see, this thing that I'm carrying is called in common video game parlance as an explosive barrel.
Because it's red, of course. I should have known.
Because it's red, yes, exactly.
There's a propane tank, like, right there that's a lot smaller and still explodes.
I don't know that it does, though. I don't know. Maybe.
It doesn't want you to catch it. It's like the crane game in Mario Party.
It's trying to break free.
Press A to wiggle.
It's wriggling. It's fine. Everything's under control.
Uh-huh. Everyone's cool with this. No one suspects a thing.
So the funny thing is that if you actually hack a climax for too long, eventually the NPCs will turn off the access to every electronic device, and so you lose access to cameras and climaxes for like a couple minutes. But you kind of have to do it for really long times. Like, they don't notice it for a while.
Yeah, like, that was a long time.
Yeah, like, that was a long time.
That was long enough to show intent.
Yeah. Oh, it's Auntie Christie. She can suck her own dick.
Chuck Norris fan. What year is it? I'm sorry, where am I?
Ah, shit, I'm late for high school homeroom.
Ubisoft is well known for loving very outdated internet memes.
Yeah. Nutsack on Fleek is also the name of Sid's After Dark account. Sorry for outing you like this.
Damn. Unlike Ubisoft, I paid Peaches Monroe to say that, though.
Alright, so there's another bunch of ATMs right here in this little cabana house thing.
Garage.
Garage, that's the word I'm looking for.
I like calling it a cabana, though. Like, that's like, ooh, I own a rundown sports bar, but I want to make it cool. Won't you join me in the cabana?
Yeah. Also, that one hacker lady being like, wow, I wish these racists would stop being sexist towards me. Like, got bad news for you.
Bad news.
Alright,
oh, man. So Primate is a bunch of TERFs.
So, I need to create a distraction so that I can hack the ones in here, and the best distractions is, you know, a big loud noise.
Yep. However could that happen?
So, 0 fatalities.
There was no one around it.
Most of your view was obscured by that tree. I don't know. I mean,
I don't think...
I'm not shedding any tears, but...
If an explosion happened like that at a bar, like, everyone would be gone. Are you kidding? Like, everyone would be... They would not be like, oh, well, let's stick around and see what else is happening. Like, that was a huge explosion.
Look, you see, they have guns, and a guy with a good gun.
And as you know, guns make you immune to explosions.
Exactly.
You can shoot at the explosion and it'll kill it and it won't hurt you.
Well, people do shoot at hurricanes, and that works.
Yes, we know. That's why, Dorian didn't hit the east coast of Florida so hard. So everybody shot it and it went out into the ocean as it was wounded.
Alright, so we got 2 groups of machine. There's a third one down there next to the water.
Oh, yeah, that's where I need to go to get some cash out by the lake. So I can pay Aquaman.
Well, these machines are not, like, in service right now. They're being stored, and I guess they intend to put them in place of regular ATM machine? I don't really know how this whole operation works.
I feel like you would be like, wow, this ATM is awfully covered in, like, mold.
This is where I go to get all my wet dollars for my moist purchases. I have 40 dry dollars in my wallet, but I need 15 wet dollars to buy this beer.
So this is what they mean by liquid money. That Wait, does that make sense in English?
Yes, like liquid assets. Yes, and literally yes. Yes.
Okay, because that made sense in French, but I just realized I don't know if that makes sense in English.
Day fraud cried out in gratitude.
Lenny's gonna have a hard time admitting this.
Okay, it's fine. I just took a few bullets to the face.
That's an interesting implication that they have to modify the entire ATM and not just like rip out the card reader or like put their own. Because a lot of those card reader things, it just goes on top of the card reader in the machine, and so you can tell if there's something suspicious, like when you're at the gas station, because it kind of sticks out a little bit more than the normal card reader.
Jammy Jam. Leave it to me, because I love you guys so damn much it tugs at my heart.
Okay, yeah. Here's where we get her character, I guess, that she hates when people think the internet's real life.
Sorry, Lenny called me while I was listening to an audio recording of Lenny.
That's some telemarketing charm right there. So, we're not gonna do that vid thing.
You know what? Do whatever. Don't even care. Not two shits given. I know my lock is still on your server.
I would be a little afraid of pissing off a racist biker gang with guns that's not afraid of explosions.
So, I think what gets me about this is that we did this supposedly to ruin Lenny's relationship with the bikers, but like, what does that like? Lenny didn't didn't destroy the machines. We did. Our relationship with the bikers should be like getting worse. Why would the bikers go after Lenny for this?
No, I mean, like, they might, like, not work with Primate anymore, because they're like, we don't need more people trying to thwart our plans.
No more fucking around.
I guess, I don't know.
But, yeah, the idea of, like, a more direct, like, we're gonna, like, I don't know, hurt you or something, but, like, we're not gonna work with you again, sure, right? Like, you're too much trouble.
You have beef with too many groups of losers.
Alright. You know, making a stop here just to grab a bag of money. Oh, here's the drag queen again.
I like this look better.
Yeah, I like this dress.
They put a lot of white on her face, like she's a mime.
Yeah, I don't entirely get that.
A member of Kiss.
Yeah, Kiss didn't have such good contouring though.
I don't know how I got photobombed. I think it just happens if like an NPC does an animation while you're selfieing, but I was sort of spinning around, so...
Well, honey, come see Barroom Beauties. Best drag...
I'm looking for the Castro Theater.
The white just seems like they just colored the whole face white rather than, like, trying to do more detailed makeup, because it's just, like, white with black makeup and blush on it, rather than, like, the level of contouring and stuff that you would normally see.
Hey, how's the startup?
Alright, let's take a selfie in front of the Castro. Ow.
Wrecked! Destroyed!
No, more racist bikers!
He's gonna go motocross on your ass.
This is what happens if you stand on the road.
I like how much trash is on the street, actually. That's a nice touch.
Is that the case in San Francisco?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's homeless people everywhere. Like, there's a bunch of crap all over the ground all the time.
Okay, for some reason the game didn't accept that as a selfie in front of the Castro. Gotta take it from, like, further away, the other side of the street, I guess.
Ah, seafood restaurant. I
went
love
to
seafood.
Castro District with one of my coworkers one time, and she wanted to take me to a lesbian bar, but there aren't any more that are open in that area, so we just went to a gay bar, and we were the only women there. But we had a fun time anyway. But I wonder if when this game came out, the lesbian bar that they used to go to was still open.
Also, what the hell, T-Bone?
I don't know.
Off your game. Well, sorry, we took a better
I've never
selfie.
been to a gay bar or a lesbian bar.
I feel like you would like it.
Okay. Bars in general are not really my thing, especially if they're loud.
Not like a club style bar, but like a smaller one where everybody's just kind of hanging out and they have TVs.
Okay, yeah. I don't know,
You know
maybe.
why?
Or going to a drag show. Going to a drag show is great, and I recommend it for everyone.
Anti-whatever do-gooder bullshit. You assholes take yourself so fucking seriously.
Yo, you're coming at us, but you need to understand. We are all in this together. We can all...
Hey! What kind of fucking noob do you think I am?
She's got like bumps with purple lights on them. Like it's.
See how far you get with dead servers, loser.
So the entire plan rested on her doing that specific gesture?
Got her.
Is that her signature, like...
We scanned her chip with a sniper scanner?
Sniper RFID reader.
So, is that a thing?
I feel like it is.
We got a ping on the primate bunker.
It's as real as, you know, using research from a hacking program to make you nitrous boosted vehicles or whatever.
I guess.
It's not. I don't think it looks like a gun, though.
Obviously.
Yeah, probably not. That'd be more conspicuous.
But I don't know. That sounds like something the military would have, so I'm not going to say no, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, like it didn't look enough like a gun. Like, no, make it look more like a gun.
Yeah.
Nah, we're not going Kirby colors this time.
I mean, I wanted to show off the noodle color.
It's like a little marshmallow.
I could eat it.
I like its little whirring sound.
Yeah, that electric motor.
It sounds more like a nerd.
I got places to be, everyone. Excuse me.
I
I'm on my way to a very important location. That's the voice that the car speaks in.
Wrench, important question time. Aliens versus Predator.
The question doesn't make any sense. I mean, aliens basically use predators as an external womb to perpetuate their species. And the predators, well, they come from a world where you hunt or you die. They need xenomorphs to hone them into elite warriors. It's a fucked up ecosystem that doesn't really have a winner.
Okay, ignoring the science behind it.
Renju's opinions on this are insightful, and Magni said this was a stupid conversation in the last recording, and it's not. It's good. I agree with Renj.
I like that they're saying, oh, Ridley Scott and James Cameron, not saying, you know, Paul W.S. Anderson's Aliens vs. Predator, a movie that exists. Because it's bad.
But it was bad.
It was bad.
Who wins between one man and one zombie? The aliens hunt in packs.
Okay. How many aliens would make it a fair fight with one predator?
3. I could see a predator spearmaster keeping 2 away with a Yautja combo stick, but a 3rd Xeno is going to be able to get in close. Even if he kills it, that blood splash is going to melt right.
What about the throwing glaive? What about the shoulder cannon? Come on. Do you watch these movies or not, Wrench?
They both fought Judge Dredd,
I do think it would
which
take
is
more than
pretty
3.
Badass. Aliens fought Batman.
So did Predator. Let's not forget Superman and Batman versus aliens and Predator.
Who won?
Can't remember? Doesn't matter. You know what? I give the overall win to Predator.
Yeah? Enlighten me.
Predator has taken on Archie.
Shit, you're right. Archie's basically the top of the food chain.
I should have invited Grant for this.
When's the Aliens vs. Predator overlap
Predator
with
comes
Riverdale?
out on top.
Yeah. Just give us like some 6 Archie facts about Predator.
When's
Get in, get the key.
When's Frank Castle gonna show up so Archie can meet the Punisher?
You have to help clean it this time.
She always makes me clean.
Let's start with getting in first.
I would also like to see Archer meet the Punisher.
Yes, really. The possibilities are endless. I bet Wrench likes Archer.
Oh, I can't believe we're going to Kirby Cove and we're not in the Kirby car.
I feel like saying a predator could take on multiple aliens is like, it would probably depend on the predator because they're like a sentient species with like a conscience and a personality.
Yeah.
So
and aliens
like,
are more like animals. Yeah.
Aliens are animals.
So I think I know what happened to the car at the beginning of the video.
Look, when you drive around, there's a lot of dirt that gets on the car.
I mean, yeah, the dirt is on the walls you're rubbing into, so...
That's how it gets on the car. And now the paint is on those walls you rubbed into instead of on the car.
So a different car can get some white paint by crashing into the same wall.
Now it's a toasted marshmallow. That car could not go up that incline in real life.
Lanny's got that door seriously locked down.
I had some speed built up,
So
you know.
plan B?
I got something. There's an old exhaust duct.
It's basically a golf
Probably
cart.
overgrown, so...
I'll find it.
Oh, I think you're not generous with the technological advances that Noodle pioneered for this car.
Now, if it's
Technological advances of all-terrain tires.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if it's a smart car, then I feel like most technological advances will be like, this is what a car can normally do, but now you need an app to do it.
I just need a distraction here, so that these people won't look at me while I go inside the bunker. So I'm just gonna stun this person.
Is that... So there's just like electricity erupting from the ground at that point for some reason?
I guess it's like you're making the thing explode, but it stuns people. It doesn't...
There's sparks
kill
coming
them.
out of there.
Yeah.
It's the
Are you
electricity
sure? Because,
well.
yeah, you know, it's that person might have just essentially gotten struck by lightning, but they're not dead.
Look, they have the little Z's icons. Those mean still alive, just asleep.
I'll keep that in mind next time I want to touch a live wire.
You'll go to sleep. Who can say for how
Gives me
long?
the Z's. Now this is what I thought DedSec headquarters would look like.
Stinks of beer and cheesy feet.
Just get that decrypt key. Fast.
Well, you see, DedSec headquarters just smell of energy drinks and ham.
The contrast between this and DedSec is very bizarre to me because it makes it sound like DedSec is like almost like in the center of this spectrum, right, between like fully corporate and then whatever this is. But whatever this is more what I would expect, like sort of an anarchist, anti-establishment group of rogue hackers to be.
Yeah, but they're evil.
We'll see how they get their noses barked out of place.
I think. They deal with biker gangs.
But like
Wow, she really
the
fucked up the
DedSec, the DedSec compromise has like, you know, they all have white collar jobs in real life. They're like,
Oh, hey, Lenny.
they're not like entirely marginalized from this whole system.
I don't know that they all have jobs. I think Horatio's the only one who's explicitly said to have a job. Sitara just has a lot of money that she's quote-unquote stole from rich people. Wrench doesn't strike me as the sort of person who would have a normal job.
Wrench probably doesn't even have a house.
Place to blow.
What? What are we looking at?
2? No.
Wrench
3.
is an enigma.
Looks like.
Alright,
Oh
I
boy,
hope you
puzzle
love those
time.
puzzles.
Maybe 4. They don't seem connected, so I don't think the order
But
matters.
anyway, most of the other members of our DedSec group seem like they have some like support structure in their lives, some amount of it, whether it's like a job or, you know, family or just people, you know, like a support system in their lives versus like the way that Primate is kind of set up. It seems more like not, which has directly like basically it's backwards. It's saying like, oh, like you can be this way, but like not too this way. Like if you're too extreme, then like, you know, your righteous anger turns into like hatred and corruption or whatever, and then you're just as bad.
Then you say fuck more.
not only do we have a limited time to do these puzzles, but every time there's like 4 different parts of it. Every time you finish a distinct part of the puzzle, Lenny will come in and just rotate all the parts of that puzzle, and you just have to redo it.
Oh, that's
hacking.
It's basically just wasting your time.
See, I think the better way to see, it would have been better if Lenny was more privileged than the people in DedSec, right? Because that's also like, who's gonna make that sort of compromise to like work with neo-Nazis or whatever, right? Like this, you know, it would be much more believable if it was somebody who was just doing this for fun and was fine otherwise, or you know, something like that. Versus like it seems backwards to me. Someone in Lenny's position seems more likely to be a genuine member of DedSec than a villain.
But also, like, we don't ever learn about Lenny, really.
Yeah, she just, like, exists.
She just exists, she just appears. She's, like, a member of Primate. She might be their leader, but it's really not clear. And after this mission, we will never hear about Lenny again.
Yeah, that's also the thing, is it feels like this whole, like, conflict between DedSec and Primate and Sons of Ragnarok, like, this could be the whole plot of the whole game.
The, what was I gonna say? Prime 8 is basically, whenever you do, like, a multiplayer, thing, like, against other players, the other players are being framed as being part of Prime 8. But Lenny's never brought up in that.
Flute-filled donut hole!
Look at that. Seems like I handled the booms.
This is not fucking over!
Yeah, it is.
You did it. It's not over, but yet.
No, it's over.
It's over for Lenny. We'll never hear about Lenny again. So, like, there's still, like, this continuous conflict with Primate that's being used to frame the multiplayer.
Home
but
sweet
Marcus and Lenny, we're done.
That Prime 8 smell.
Is it ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wrench had to spray
I mean, I don't know. I guess they tend to throw away villains pretty quickly in this outside of the main one, but...
Yeah. It's super soft.
Oh, so now we own this hackerspace.
Yeah?
But we're not a gang.
We actually own quite a few hackerspace. I just haven't been there.
We've only participated in gang violence, but we're not a gang, clearly.
No. Well, I mean, we're a good one.
So it's okay.
The only thing that can stop a bad gang is a good gang.
That's a lot of electricity.
There's just
it's like an electrical box. Yeah, that's the money from the person you electrocuted. You electrocuted them so hard that their dollars jumped out of their pocket.
Wait, if there's an electrical box on the ground, why would the electricity go into the person above?
You're grounded.
Wouldn't it just go directly in the ground?
I mean, you hacked it, so the electricity goes up instead of down.
You did the research with the DedSec guy.
Alright, here we go. Man, you know what I'd love to see is an expertly applied decal. That's my favorite thing to see, is just a very well applied, not artifacty, just like really nicely tailored decal. Can't wait to see it in just a few moments.
I don't know what
wow.
you have here.
There it is.
This seems perfectly fine to me.
Wow.
It's like, we want it to be gay pride, but it needs to be racing stripes so it makes the car go faster.
This decal is extremely like when you look at it online versus when it arrives in the mail.